Hey everyone! So I've decided to remake a full speedrun tutorial for 2FM critical mode any percent for the PS4. But this time I'm going to go over multiple strats for most fights and handling each world in a separate video. My goal of these tutorials is to make the run as easy as possible to understand and provide options for what strats to decide to learn, since the fastest strat isn't always what I recommend for a new runner. So before I get started with the tutorial, I'm going to go over a few things that I think are important to know before learning the speedrun. So first I'll go over a quick little thing called empty hits, which is a term I'll be using in this tutorial to refer to hits in a combo that doesn't have a finisher. So for example, if I were to do these 3 hits in the air, I would call them 3 empty hits, and if I were to do the finisher, I would call it a full air combo. So next I'll go over RV, or revenge value. It can be a bit complicated at times, but I'm just going to go over the basics. So if I were to continually combo Roxas, eventually I'll hit his revenge value and he'll retaliate. And this system is in place so that the player can't infinitely combo a boss or an enemy. Different attacks add different amounts of revenge value, and we can use this to our advantage throughout the run. There's a bit more specifics to it, but I think that's all you need to know for now. One last thing before starting the run, I'll go over anti-form. In order to obtain anti-form, you must be in combat, have 5 or more anti-points, and be accompanied by 2 party members. Using any drive aside from final form will increase your anti-points by 1. But as far as decreasing it goes, final form decreases anti-points by 10, anti-form decreases anti-points by 5, and obtaining a new drive form resets your anti-points to 0. As long as you follow the speedrun route correctly, you should never have a chance of getting anti-form by accident, so you don't really need to worry about it. Alright, with all of that out of the way, we can go ahead and get started with the run. Also, turning on or off vibration doesn't matter at all, so don't worry about that. This first cutscene you can skip in the black. About when your timer reaches 6 seconds, you can skip the cutscene before anything shows up on screen. So the text boxes here, you can actually mash with X, circle, and triangle. So I usually do X and circle, but you can do all 3 if you want to. But other than that, just get through the tutorials. Pick the strength struggle bat because +1 strength actually makes a huge difference in the run. So for our first fight here, we just have to do 1 full air combo on Cypher, and that'll advance the cutscene. And now for the second fight, this is going to be the fast strat. We do 2 empty hits, then move to the right and do 1 empty hit, then a full ground combo, dodge his attack, do 2 air empty hits, and then a full air combo. So rather than 2 air hits, you can just do 2 ground hits and a full ground combo. You just have to make sure that your ground combo connects fast enough. I would definitely recommend doing the ground combo strat because air combos with Roxas are pretty difficult. I would recommend timing each hit of an air combo rather than mashing air combos with Roxas. But you don't want to mess up the RNG in the beginning of the run, so I would just play it safe. So for this first Dusk Fight, you want to move to the left corner and let him get your HP low. When your HP reaches a certain amount in this fight, it'll just automatically continue. For this next fight, you want to wait for the Dusk to stop moving, then do 2 empty air hits, 1 empty air hit, and then a full air combo. So this is another cutscene you can skip from the black. I just smash start and wait for the prompts to pop up. And then for the save point, you can just exit the menu as soon as you enter it. And remember to mash whenever you get an item like the map, so that the pop-up ends faster. So here we go with mail delivery. So you're going to want to move forward and jump before doing the first RC, then mash circle to use airwalk to stay in the air for the second RC, then jump before the third RC, move towards the right for the fourth RC, and then use the rail to get to the bird. And here's an easier strat that involves not jumping at all, and it only uses about a second, so it's not that bad if you want to go for this instead of the other strat if you don't want to risk missing any RCs. Alright, so just head back up to the station. Use a skateboard to get there faster. We're going to be using the skateboards a lot in Twilight Town. So go ahead and talk to Hainer. Here's another cutscene you can skip in the black. This one I kind of have a feel for when it's gonna happen, but I would recommend just mashing start. So we're gonna head back up to the station for the third Dusk Fight. This Dusk Fight is gonna be a bit different than the other Dusk Fights we did because it ends after 10 hits. So we're gonna start with 2 empty air hits, then wait, and do 2 full air combos, avoid getting hit by his upside down walk, and then finish it with 2 empty air hits. Alright, so the option you pick here determines what abilities you get when you level up, and we want to pick the shield because of a few things, but once more is the most important reason. So for this Dusk Fight, these Dusks die in 3 empty hits and a full combo. So I just try to do 2 empty air hits, 1 empty air hit, and then a full air combo to finish them. Try to hit more than 1 with a single hit if you can. So just go ahead and pick up the potion, get through the tutorials. Here's our first menu. We're going to be equipping every single ability except for the Lucky Luckies and no experience. We don't need the Lucky Luckies because there is no RNG drop that's really gonna affect the run, and obviously we don't equip no EXP because we're not doing level 1. So I got a damage boost right there. That's kinda luck based and also really hard to do. Getting hit by an enemy usually boosts you forward, but it only saves time if you're in the air for it, so you have to jump at the right time to get hit in the air. So for Twilight Thorn, we're just gonna wait until the RCs show up in the beginning. You can just smash triangle the whole time if you want to. So this fight is pretty difficult on critical mode. I've seen a lot of new runners die to it multiple times, and even I have died to it a lot. You can die pretty easily because of the creepers and the vines. But if you try the easy strat, I think that'll be a lot safer and better to go for if this is your first run. But first I'm going to show off the fast strat. So right here after this RC, we're going to be free to do air combos on his head while he's on the ground. So ideally you'll get 4 full air combos off, and you can even get another hit in if you're fast enough, but it's pretty hard to do and I don't get it consistently. So jump and do a full air combo with 2 finishers, move to the left and do an air combo, do another air combo but jump high enough that only the finisher hits the creepers, do 1 more quick air combo, move slightly back to avoid the vines, do 2 more air combos and then move to avoid the vines and the creepers, do 2 empty hits and 2 more air combos to finish off Twilight Thorn. After dodging the first vines, you can do a ground combo with double finisher, then use the vine RC. Then another ground combo and repeat until the fight is over. The risk of getting hit here is much lower. Also make sure you do 2 RCs when the vines show up so that you end up back in the same place that you started. So after the cutscene skip on Twilight Thorn, there's another cutscene skip in the black. Then before doing anything else, you can do this menu to put on guard. Walk over to the left and talk to this guy. Then jump on the platform and talk to this guy to start the Hainer struggle match. Alright, for Hainer, you want to start with 1 empty air hit, then do 2 air combos, dodge his attack and do an air combo with 2 finishers when he's in the air, then dodge his attack and do 1 more air combo. Now grab all the orbs to end the fight. This strat is super difficult and I would not recommend anyone learn this when they're starting out. For the easy strat, you want to start with a full ground combo, move forward and do another full ground combo with 2 finishers but delay the second finisher a little bit, then move in front of Hainer and do another full ground combo, do 1 empty hit and walk away in case he attacks, move back in and do 1 more ground combo, and an extra hit if he has any orbs. So after Hainer, you're going to want to talk to this guy again and start the VV struggle fight. This one is a bit more simple than Hainer. Move slightly forward and do 2 empty ground hits. Do 1 full ground combo with double finisher. Then move around VV's attack. Move far enough that your combo doesn't start with the overhead swing. Then do 2 empty ground hits. Do a full ground combo with double finisher. Use aerial recovery and do an air hit to catch VV. Then do 1 more full ground combo with 2 finishers and grab the orbs. So for this Dusk fight, it's very reactionary. So I like to start the fight off with an RC and then do air combos on the Dusks. It takes 4 air hits and then 1 full air combo to defeat each one of them. So I'd recommend just going after one at a time. And if you can hit more than one with a single hit, then that's ideal. Alright, now we have Axel. So jump to the right to dodge his attack and do a full air combo. Then do another full air combo. Move closer to do 1 more air combo. Then mash out guard. Do another 3 air combos and that defeats Axel. The most important part about this strat is just dodging the first attack that Axel does. Alright, now we just talk to this struggle guy again and do the last struggle fight. So it's faster to actually lose this fight because of the item that you get for losing. So all you need to do is do a hit on Setzer, then get hit by him, and repeat this process until you've lost. I do air hits and try to get hit in the air to lower the luck of him walking backwards when I'm trying to get hit. Now just skip these cutscenes, and we're gonna head back up to the station. Make sure to use the skateboards for faster movement. Now in this menu, we're going to be turning off summon animations in the config menu, then equipping the medal and equipping scan. Now for the 7 wonders, we're going to be doing the ball wonder first, and then moving on from there. This wonder is super easy, as long as you know the route that the balls take. So you're just going to walk in between the 2 in the middle, then move to the left, then move back to the middle, and then do the RC. After ball wall, we're just going to go to the left here and enter the area that has VV clones. Now VV clones doesn't really have a set strat. It's also pretty reactionary. At the start of this fight, you want to move left and do a wide swing to try and catch all 3 clones. Afterwards, the fight is just reacting to where the clones appear and trying to catch them before they attack. Every clone will always move when they spawn and then do the same attack afterwards. So it's really easy to predict where they're going to be. So after the fight, you just want to move to the left and grab the skateboard, then move around Pence and exit. Now head towards the waterfall to enter the anti-Roxas fight, Shadow Roxas, one of the 2. So this entire fight is just doing air combos from the very beginning. You need to be comboing the front of Shadow Roxas in order for every hit to connect, as well as combo low enough to the ground for the combo not to whiff. So this strat is a lot more consistent. Start with a full ground combo with 2 finishers, parry his attack and do another ground combo with 2 finishers, dodge his next attack and do 2 empty ground hits, then do 1 more full ground combo. Now we're just going to move right and do the RC to jump on this tram, and then jump over onto this ledge to enter the load zone. Then move up to the bag on the top of this hill and do the RC on the bag. So this minigame is really simple. There's no way to speed it up. Just do the RC on the bag at first, and then you can mash triangle if you want to, or you can press triangle right before the RC shows up. And just continue the minigame until it's over. There is a crash that can happen on this minigame if you mash triangle too hard and you get like a 1 frame RC that shows up randomly, but I wouldn't really worry about it. It doesn't happen very often and you have to mash pretty hard to get it. Now just walk back over towards the tram, but don't get on it this time. Just walk up to the stairs and then ledge grab on the ledge. And then move over to the hill again and skip the cutscene. From here, we're just going to be moving back to the mansion. There are a lot of skateboards on the route over there, so just make sure to grab them all. Head from here over to the market street. Then from here, use a skateboard to go over to the woods. Then do the slow walk over towards the mansion. Now, after these cutscene skips, we're just gonna walk outside of this room into another Dusk Fight. So these Dusks take 4 empty hits and then a full combo to kill. So I like to get them individually, and then after you get the first 2 Dusks, an assassin will spawn, and you want to dodge the attack that it does when it spawns, and then do 4 empty hits and a full combo. It dies just as fast as the Dusks do. Now we're just gonna do a walk towards the old mansion. This is a pretty long walking segment. So we're gonna go to the sandlot, and then from the sandlot we're gonna go to the market street. From here we're gonna walk up this ledge hill thing and then go to the woods. Just dodge all the enemies on your way there, by the way. From here, go ahead and walk over to the mansion. So now we're actually inside the mansion, and we're gonna take the left staircase here, and then move over to inside of Namine's room. Now go back outside and then head over to the room on the opposite end, to the right. Go down here and then enter the basement. And now we're going to enter the last Dusk Fight of Roxas World. So this fight starts off with 4 Dusks, and we want to try to hit as many Dusks with each hit as possible. So I like doing a lot of ground combos to try to do the wide swing to hit all of them at once. After we kill 3 Dusks, 2 Assassins will spawn, and I try to catch the Assassin after the hit that they do, just like we caught it in the last fight. And then I go after the Dusk after I beat the first Assassin, and then I go after the last Assassin. So what I did there is parry the Assassin's attack right before he did it, but you can also just guard it. Alright, so for Axel 2, we're gonna make sure to dodge the fire pillar at the very beginning, and then do 2 empty ground hits. Then do a full ground combo with double finisher. Then do a full air combo with 2 finishers. Now mash the RC for when he comes out, and do a full air combo with double finisher. And now we're finally done with Roxas World. So just walk forward into the chamber that Sora is in. And now we have a menu. So customize Donald to Sora attack, customize Goofy to party attack, take off Donald's cure ability, then take off all of Donald and Goofy's items. Now we're just gonna walk forward to the woods. walk outside of this room, and then head up towards the station for another fight with Sora this time. Okay, so for this fight, it's going to be a bit different. We're just going to try to die to these Dusks as fast as possible. So I try to hit one and then force it to attack me, and keep doing that until I eventually die. It usually takes about 3 hits. Now I just walk up here and talk to Donald. And now head forward for another fight, and we're gonna do the same thing that we did last fight. So these shadows, you want to make sure that you hit one, because they will always attack after you hit them once. Or you can just stand around and wait for them to attack, but hitting them might be more consistent. Now we're gonna move to the right and grab this chest, which has an ether, and then do a quick menu of putting Donald to party attack. Make sure you do that before you go into the next fight, because it's pretty important. But other than that, just walk up this tower. So for this shadow fight, I like to start off with a ground combo at the very beginning, and then doing a lot of air hits to finish off the shadows. Donald should help out a lot with his thunder, but it's pretty much just doing air combos until the shadows die. I don't like doing the finisher though, because it sends the shadows far away. Now just walk up the tower again. Now this fight has soldiers in it, and so on the soldier you want to do 2 empty hits and then 1 empty hit, and bait out the Cyclone RC, which pretty much one-shots everything in this room. So I didn't get many kills with it, but if you're lucky you will. Try it again on the soldier wave that spawns here. If you're lucky you can kill a lot of them with 1 RC, but if you can't, then it's alright. And now after that fight, we're just gonna move forward up the tower again. Jump on the table and then talk to Yen Sid. Talk to the red fairy here. Now we're pretty much done with Twilight Town after we exit the door. So I hope this tutorial was useful. It took a lot more work to make than my previous tutorial, but I hope that it was worth it. If you guys enjoy the tutorial, then leave a like on the video please, and that way I know if it's worth continuing this or not. But yeah, I also stream 2FM runs on Twitch, so if you have any questions you can ask me about it there.